guys, we are here, Mr. G, in the birthplace of civilization. We are in Greece. So I don't know why they let me in here, because this place is all cultured and philosophical, but they did. So let's go check it out. Well, unfortunately, it is a particularly hazy day here in Athens, but we are up here on top of the Acropolis, next to the Parthenon. And yeah, it's probably one of the most crowded tourist places I've ever been to. But I mean, it is Greece, so there's that. Alright guys, this is the Parthenon right here in Athens, top of the Acropolis. Probably the oldest structure I have ever looked at in person. As you can see, the Parthenon is pretty much in a constant state of reconstruction. I'd like to say they were using the same ancient techniques to cut stones and things, but no, they've got lots of power tools. And who can blame them? This thing is absolutely ancient and really awesome. I'd like to point out that they use heavy lift cranes just to move these blocks. So imagine doing all this with old rope and tackle and just human energy. I can't even imagine how difficult it would be to move all these stones. As you can see down below, we've got lots of other smaller structures down below the Acropolis. Other temples and theaters and amphitheaters.
Right, we're here in Athens, Greece, and we're trying traditional rabbit because my children just think it's adorable that I'm eating rabbit. Okay, this is really good.
Is it good?
It's really good. It tastes like chicken, like everything.
Street music. Nice. Alright, are you guys ready for me to mess up a bunch of historical facts? Well, here we are near Corinth, about an hour and a half outside of Athens, at one of the oldest theaters on the planet. It's the most well-preserved leftover bit of the sanctuary of Asclepios. Apparently, birthplace of theater and modern drama, or so they tell me. But when in Greece, they pretty much tell you that the Greeks invented everything. So we have a tour guide, but I've been chasing our 2-year-old daughter and I missed most of the stuff about the tour. It's a gigantic stadium, is essentially what it is. Mostly limestone. Word on the street, yeah, you can hear this dude clapping, right? Really good acoustics. And this thing would seat 12,000 people. That's a lot of people. Alright, we are in some Greek town, starts with N, that apparently the Venetians took it over, built a bunch of fortifications to keep out the Ottomans, and that little fort was to stop pirates attacking the bay, I guess. You can see it way out there. Yeah, this is like the worst historical accurate vlog ever. But, you know, I'm on holiday, it's my vacation, so I'm allowed to give you guys C-grade travel vlogs. I think I'm allowed to do that. Alright, here we are at the Acropolis of Mycenae, which you can see was the peak of human rock stacking. And now for what I think is our last stop before lunch, where you find the end-level boss in Far Cry 5. No, I have no idea what it is. It's maybe some giant crypt to some ancient Greek king or hero. I don't know, because I've been chasing my kid the whole time and missing the tour. Well, it doesn't get much more Mediterranean than that. However, yeah, maybe. So, where were we? All right. Dangerously low on food right now. Touring all day. And lunch is until 3 o'clock. What kind of primitive situation is that? I might pass out and die before we get lunch and a beer, so all systems are critical right now. We'll see if we make it. Alright guys, currently on a ferry boat to Paros, something, spelling, I don't know how I'm spelling it. I think it's a little bit rainy today. It's probably the largest ferry I've ever been on. Let's hope the weather improves. Alright guys, I am on the island of Paros. I'm probably totally saying it wrong.
Alright guys, well it's time to catch the ferry and head back to Athens.
Goodbye, Paros. See you next time. Alright, behind me we have another pile of rocks in an arch shape. This is Hadrian's Arch. Can only assume was built by Roman Emperor Hadrian back in the day. And right there is the Acropolis and the Parthenon way back there in the distance. Let's get my giant head out of the picture. Hey, Younger G. Alright guys, behind me we have Zeus's vacation home. When he's not hanging out on Mount Olympus, he's down here in Zeus's temple, which you can see is just a skosh from the Acropolis over there. More really old columns. These Corinthian columns. I think they're Corinthian columns. I don't know. I'm terrible with this stuff. Okay, we just hiked.
Daddy?
Yes, Younger G. Can you wait?
I'm super tired.
I know you're super tired. We're all super tired because we hiked to the top of this thing. Way up here.
Don't drop your phone, then I'm going to be super happy.
You'd be happy if we dropped the phone. And the apartment we're staying in is way out there. So I earned a beer. Alright, you can tell it's been a long day because Baby G is done. Mr. G is done. There you go. It's Olympic Stadium. They redid it for the modern Olympics in the 1800s. Yep. Bunch more rocks. Alright, Baby G, we're done. We're going.
Today is our last day in Athens, and we're literally the only people in the Athens War Museum. But so far, this is my top pick. We're looking at like 17th century muskets and stuff. Look at that thing. It is like a revolver meets rifle, and the whole thing is like hand engraved. It's even got a rangefinder on the end. It's pretty cool. So what other kind of funny toys can we find in here? Okay, Mrs. G and I are going to get this for the next time we have a dispute. We can just settle it with dueling pistols. Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, there we go. That's what I want for our next wedding anniversary. Engraved dueling pistols. Okay, my character Pirate Guy and Sea of Thieves definitely needs one of these blunderbusses for my collection. Those are like the 19th and 18th century. We have 100% an example of a musket that is 100% ornamental and nobody would ever actually use it in combat. I mean, can you imagine trying to hold that thing? You'd be really likely to just stab yourself in the chest.
Alright, we've got some really old World War I stuff. I think this thing was fascinating. It's like an armored carriage. You have like one guy in the front. The thing obviously comes forward on these tracks for when it fires, it goes back. You've got some other guy back here turning the gun, steering it, and I can only assume you push it with the horses rather than pull it. No idea. I don't know how you get a horse to pull anything shooting, but I don't know. I'm just having fun at the museum today. And then I got to get on an airplane.